I've been involved in a number of close elections and recounts over the past 10 years at both the statewide and the congressional district level. And if there's one thing that all of these close elections and recounts have in common, it's this: nobody ever saw it coming until it was too late to prepare. This is especially true for down ballot candidates because their fate is to such a large extent tied to the performance of the candidate at the top of the ticket, to national and state trends, and to any number of other events that are just beyond their control. The only thing that any candidate can control is their own preparation. And so if you are in a 10 or 12 point race at Labor Day and you have every intention of winning that race, here are 4 things that you should do right now, quickly and cheaply, to put yourself in the best possible position in the event that there is no winner declared in your race on election night. Number 1, the first, the most important, and also the easiest thing is to adopt a run through the tape mentality. Just as a runner doesn't run to the finish line and just collapse on top of the line, you need to run through the tape on election night. The election is not over on election night. The election is over when state and local officials certify a winner in the election, and that takes place days or even weeks after the polls close on election night. Number 2, you need to recruit some volunteers who will share that run through the tape mentality with you. Because the polls close on election night and everybody wants to go to the party. But you need one person in each precinct in your election district to stay behind and to observe the tabulation and the reporting of the unofficial precinct level results on election night. And then on Wednesday morning, you need 2 or 3 volunteers per city or county or town or locality in your election district to go back out and to observe the counting of absentee ballots, the verification and counting of provisional ballots, and then the conduct of the post-election canvass, where local election officials are going to be scrubbing and double checking the unofficial returns from election night. Number 3, retain a lawyer. I know that sounds self-serving, but it doesn't have to be me. At its core, a recount is a legal proceeding. It unfolds according to certain rules and regulations, and once it starts, it takes off, and it only gets faster. It doesn't stop and wait for you to catch up and come on board. So you don't want to waste valuable time in the hours following the closing of the polls in a close election trying to figure out who is the right lawyer for a recount in your state, in your race, how to get in touch with that lawyer, and then tracking that lawyer down and bringing them in literally in the middle of the night to catch them up to speed with what's going on. So you want to find that lawyer early and make them a part of your planning and preparation heading into Election Day. Lastly, gather some very basic information. Find out what different types of voting equipment and technologies are being used in each precinct throughout your election district. Find out when and where absentee ballots are going to be counted, when and where provisional ballots are going to be verified and either counted or rejected, and then find out what is the location of the post-election canvass meeting or meetings, and when does that start. If you're interested in more information on this topic, there's a blog post at my website, ashby-law.com. It's written in almost of a checklist type of format, and you can go and check that out. At a minimum, be prepared to run through the tape, line up your volunteers, retain a lawyer, and gather that very basic factual information that I just outlined. If you do those basic things, you will be very well positioned to take the offensive in the hours and days following a close election, and you won't spend time trying to figure out what's going on, get caught up to speed, and missing opportunities as a result.